Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So this week was a little rough, and I noticed that
Rough.
emotionally rough.
Oh, all
because I
right. How
kept
exciting.
noticing that I get so caught up in the result or the circumstance, and
Yes.
I know that you say all the time it's not about the circumstances. It's
Yes,
about
it's
your
about
state
the
of
state
being.
of being, yes.
But then I
But-
see a circumstance, and then I get so upset that
Yes.
then I wonder if I really know that.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
Because what you know to be true, you do. It's in your behavior. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to wonder if you believe it. You just do it. That's when you know something.
Right, so then I must not know it. So
Correct. And so you can still practice until you do.
just practice.
Well, you have a deeper understanding of how the machine works, so to speak, the machine. The idea will be that you will define these things in a different way that will give you the motivation and incentive to change and to know these things. Because until you understand that the way you're focusing on this is actually a limitation, you'll keep doing it. But once it finally sinks in that what you're doing is actually limiting you, then you will break free because you will not prefer to be limited. Many of you think that the things you focus on are actually what expands you, when in fact they are the things that limit you. So once you understand that, you won't do them anymore because you will not prefer to be limited, unless, of course, you do choose to be limited in that way.
Gotcha. Okay. So the whole thing about me constantly looking at the circumstance and then getting affected,
Yes.
I need to just somehow.
Is you're looking at it as if that's supposed to actually expand you, when in fact what you're doing is choosing a limitation because you are afraid to be expanded, because the negative belief is making you afraid to change it. But once you understand that that fear is just smoke and mirrors, so you won't change the negative belief, then you can say, aha, I caught ya, and I know you're just a belief, and I know you can be changed, and I prefer to change you because I understand that the positive beliefs are what will actually allow me to expand in the way that I prefer to, and that there's nothing to be afraid of. So thank
when
you,
you
negative
say
belief.
it, I totally believe it.
Then that's a good example
Yeah.
for you. Allow yourself, if you wish, you can use this as a permission slip. So in your day, when you're in those moments, you can say, what would Bashar say to me right now? And you will be saying it to yourself because you're saying it to yourself right now anyway.
Okay.
Because you're talking to your higher mind using me as a mask. Make sense?
Yes.
So it's all right. You can say, what would Bashar say?
Or what would Bashar do?
And what would Bashar do?
Okay.
And
Like, what would
eventually,
Jesus do?
eventually, that will start transforming into, what would I say? What would I do? Because it is you telling yourself these things, just in a way that acts as a permission slip to allow your belief system to believe that you can give yourself permission. And I'm happy to be your permission slip. But you are the one making the changes, even if you're using me as an excuse to do so.
Okay.
Does that help you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.